CliffCentral.com.
I was going to speak to a South African champion. You know what tumbling is, right? Part of gymnastics.
Yeah, that's the way it goes with me. I know that much.
So this is someone called Bianca Zoonekynd. She is a South African tumbling champion, and 2 weeks ago she won the bronze medal for South Africa at the World Cup in, guess where?
Sweden.
Azerbaijan.
Excuse me now?
Yeah, what a country.
Is that a real place?
Yeah, it's a real place.
That's a country.
Yeah. And she represented South Africa in the World Games in Colombia 2013. She finished sixth 2014, the Trampoline World Championships in the USA, where she claimed sixth again. And then she turned up the power, and she got the bronze medal, which means she came third. Not bad. Azerbaijan, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's right next to the Kardashian country. Got it.
Armenia.
Yeah, okay. That's my only
Right next to Kardashian.
All right. And, we'll talk to her just to catch up on what exactly this trampoline and tumbling stuff is all about, because it's amazing to watch. And if you look any of it up on the internet, and you can find loads of YouTube clips of her doing her thing, it's very impressive to see. Hey, listen, do you want to hear from our tumbling champion?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go and find out some things that we don't know. I mean, when it comes to this stuff, I'm an idiot.
Well, I think we all have a certain understanding of tumbling, and it's quite little.
All right, that's exactly right. Bianca Zoonekynd is on the line, South African tumbling champion. Hey, listen, first of all, well done on that bronze medal.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, tumbling, explain it to an idiot like me who understands zero about tumbling, except that it looks cool on YouTube.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's pretty complicated to tell you. I'm sure you've seen the videos though.
Yeah.
So you start at the end of the track and you have a 11-meter run-up, and you stand there and you get ready and you think to yourself, what am I actually doing? And then you kind of just run and you've got to flip down the track. So you got 8 elements you got to do, and hopefully you get to the end and finish on your feet.
Listen, I think it's amazing because you have to obviously, I mean, you've just made it sound really, really simple, and you make it look even more simple, and I've seen some of your videos on YouTube. But it's really hard. You've got to have your balance and your coordination almost at a superhuman level. You have to be able to move and flex and stretch parts of your body that the rest of us we'd be in a wheelchair if we had to try and do that once, let alone over and over again like you.
Yeah.
You have to start young, right?
You don't always have to start young. We have really old people come in and do it in a whole adult class and stuff. But it's better if you start young, definitely.
So what is for you the most challenging thing about this? Is it consistency? Is it being able to deliver time again and time again? Or is it a question of physical fitness and just practice?
Well, in the sport, it's a mental thing as well, a lot of mental. It's just doing and mostly mental and going over things over and over again. We try to do repetition of routines as much as we can, but it's a very demanding sport on your body and stuff. So it's tough to try to do your routines over and over and over again all the time. And obviously sometimes it does get boring repeating the same thing over and over, but coaches don't always understand that. So it's definitely tough to try to do the same thing over and to perfect it when you never know what's going to happen in a competition. And also there's different elements, your tumbling tracks are often different. No one tumbling track is the same. So you just got to hope that you get a good one when you get to a competition.
Well, I'm amazed. I mean, it always requires of me a stretch of imagination more than anything else to see someone doing something that is this complicated in a physical sense, and to imagine that it's possible for any of us to learn it. I think that these are talents that you either have or you don't. I mean, did you know you wanted to do this kind of thing when you were young? Is it something that you showed a kind of proficiency for before you'd even learnt the skills?
So my mom's my coach, and that made things a little bit easier for me. I was in the gym every single day of my life, and my brother's also was an international gymnast and stuff. So yeah, it made things easier for me, and I don't want to do the normal boring sports like cricket or rugby or
right.
it's like that. I wanted to I'm different. Like I enjoy different. So tumbling and trampoline to me is very different. There isn't many people that can do the things that I'm doing. So it's like, they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, no, gymnastics. And they're like, oh, wow, like it's completely different. You're like, oh, you do cricket or like soccer or something.
But you must have, I've seen your YouTube clips, but you must have the most amazing body in terms of physical fitness. You can't have a whole bunch of fat, and you've got to be like able to move in ways that the rest of us just can't.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So you're a superior human being. I mean, own it.
Yeah, sometimes I try.
What is the worst kind of injury that you have sustained?
Probably my broken hand.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Is that all?
That
I broke
doesn't
my
sound...
hand on an exercise ball playing around.
Oh, so it wasn't even while you were like competing or training. It was you were just playing around.
Yeah.
That is pathetic. You should be embarrassed.
But Bianca, out of all the sort of gymnastic disciplines, this one, the more you look at it, this is like the Evel Knievel of gymnastics. Like, so much can go wrong here because you're going at great speeds. Like, did you ever consider maybe the beam or like the ball or something else? I mean, there's so many different things you could have gone for.
Yeah, no, like we were talking about it this weekend actually. Like, if you like, they asked if I have a child, like, what would I put my child into? And you look and you're like, well, if your child is a daredevil, like hanging off the walls and stuff, definitely tumbling and trampolining. If they're like a fairy and that sort of thing and like very flexible, send them to rhythmic. If they're like very determined, like willing to work very hard, dedicated, then artistic's the one for them. But like, if they're wild and rough and tough, trampoline and tumbling, definitely all the way.
Is this your way of saying you were an unruly youth? You were just all over the place. Okay.
Listen, she spends half of her life in the sky. I mean, you're not even fixed to the earth most of the time. The rest of us are used to gravity. You kind of defy gravity at every opportunity.
Yeah, definitely on my hands most of the time.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's amazing to talk to you, and congratulations on that medal. And I know that this is the culmination of many years of work, but it's not the end. I mean, this for you is in so many ways just the start of the next chapter, because now you want to go for gold, right?
Definitely. I'm excited to go for gold.
Yeah, you better win, because, of course, you're not going to get any money from SASCOC anytime soon. You have to do this all on your own.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm looking for to be brand ambassadors for anyone who needs them.
Right.
Like, I'm up there for that.
Right, line up all you corporations who want to sponsor a winner.
Yeah, definitely working hard always, eh?
All right. Listen, nice to talk to you, Bianca.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was
Cool.
great.
What a pleasure. It's nice to talk to someone outside of those usual sports and hear about how it works for you. Awesome. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right, very good. There we go. That's Bianca Zoonekynd. She's the South African tumbling champion. And what an interesting sport to be involved in.
I was just watching tumbling videos while she was talking. It is crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how she hasn't broken an ankle.
That's what I was thinking.
Her ankle. Neck.
I just thought that was a great question, because you look at all this and the stress and strain in your joints.
Yeah.
Because you do like double backflips into front turns or whatever. That's impact, right?
On your ankles, your knees, your hips.
It's very
It
impressive.
just shows that some people are made for certain things, and even though it looks crazy, there's nothing else.